The province is moving ahead in their mission to create a new police force only serving Alberta. A new website has been released to offer Albertans more information about this provincial force, which would replace the RCMP. But this force faces scrutiny, specifically over its cost to Albertans, especially as we already have the RCMP, which is paid for partly by the federal government. The NDP laying out its cost Wednesday afternoon, saying it would lead to higher property taxes, and pointed to a government study which found it would mean $200 million in lost funding from the federal government for the RCMP, as well as up to $386 million in new upfront costs. The NDP said 72 communities and organizations have co-signed a letter to the provincial government to scrap all plans for this force. Tyler Shandro, Minister of Justice and Solicitor General, says transitioning to a provincial police service would improve governance and give municipalities more say in setting their own policing priorities. He says this model would also provide greater coverage, reduce response times, and lower caseloads per officer. Doug King, a professor in justice studies at Mount Royal University, says on top of all the extra costs to Albertans, even ones who won't use it, this push to get Albertans on board comes at a time when the provincial government's leadership hangs in the balance.
We're almost 2 months away from deciding who the new premier of the province is going to be. And so why would you put this out now and not wait until you had the new leadership in place and the new cabinet in place? And
it's quite clear that a significant majority of Albertans are not interested in this. They are interested in more effective justice systems.
Political scientist Lori Williams says a more urgent matter is a lack of funding for defense lawyers right now.
The government really should be looking more closely at funding defense lawyers and prosecutors more fairly, more comparably to other provinces than they currently are, because that has at least as much to do with managing crime as actually having police officers sort of out in the field.
Despite concerns on the website, it says that it's not a matter of if, but when this force will be created. Reporting from the McDougall Centre in Calgary, I'm Taylor Braat for City News.